True strength isn't always something you can see. It's not about big muscles or showing off bravery. Real strength comes from deep inside and shows itself in how we face life's challenges, how we get back up after falling, and how we keep going even when times are tough. Sometimes you might think you're just surviving, doing your best to get through the day, but in those moments, you're actually showing a kind of strength that many don't realize they have. This strength doesn't come from pretending everything is fine or pushing through without a care. It comes from being persistent, resilient, and quietly determined to move forward, even when nobody is watching. In today's discussion, we're diving into 7 signs of inner strength inspired by Stoic philosophy. These aren't flashy traits, but they're life-changing skills that can help you build balance and inner peace. By understanding and practicing these, you'll not only find your strength, but also inspire others to recognize their own. If this resonates with you, share it with someone who could use a reminder of their strength, a friend, family member, or colleague. Even a small gesture like this can make a big difference in someone's life. So, are you ready to explore the strength within you? Let's get started. 1. Emotional control. Imagine you're working on something important, something you've poured your heart and energy into for weeks. Then, at the last moment, things go wrong. An unexpected problem arises, or perhaps someone criticizes you unfairly. How do you react? Many people would immediately feel anger, frustration, or disappointment. These emotions are natural, but letting them control you often leads to impulsive decisions you may regret later. True strength lies in emotional control, the ability to respond thoughtfully rather than react impulsively. Emotional control is not about suppressing or ignoring your emotions. Instead, it's about understanding and managing them. It means recognizing your feelings, but not allowing them to dictate your actions. As Marcus Aurelius, the Stoic philosopher, once said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." Realize this, and you will find strength. You can't always control what happens to you, but you can control how you respond. This mindset is what gives you the calm, clarity, and focus to handle challenges gracefully. Think about how often emotions like anger, frustration, or fear have caused you to say or do something you later regretted. Maybe you lashed out at a loved one in a moment of anger or made a hasty decision when stressed. These situations highlight the importance of emotional control. When you pause to reflect before acting, you give yourself the chance to respond in a way that aligns with your values and long-term goals. I once had a manager who was a master of emotional control. Whenever our team faced stressful situations, he remained calm and focused. I remember a particularly chaotic project that hit a major setback just days before the deadline. While everyone else panicked, he calmly assessed the situation, asked the right questions, and guided us toward a solution. His composure inspired the team and turned a crisis into a manageable challenge. Watching him, I realized that emotional control is not about being emotionless. It's about channeling your emotions constructively. The Stoics understood the power of emotional control. Seneca, another Stoic philosopher, wrote, "No man is free who is not master of himself." Emotional freedom comes from guiding your feelings with reason rather than being ruled by them. This doesn't mean ignoring your emotions. It means creating a balance between feeling and thinking. By practicing emotional control, you gain the clarity to focus on what matters most and the strength to navigate life's challenges with grace. But how can we develop emotional control in our daily lives? Here are some practical steps. When emotions run high, give yourself a moment to pause. Take a deep breath or count to 5 before responding. This simple act creates space to think clearly and choose a thoughtful response instead of reacting impulsively. The Stoics believed in directing energy toward things within your control and letting go of what isn't. When faced with a difficult situation, ask yourself, is this something I can change? If not, let it go. If yes, focus on solving the problem rather than fueling your frustration. At the end of the day, take a moment to reflect on situations where your emotions got the best of you. What triggered those feelings? How could you handle them differently next time? This reflection builds self-awareness over time. Ask yourself, will this matter a year from now? Often, what feels overwhelming in the moment becomes insignificant with time. Shifting your perspective reduces the emotional weight of temporary setbacks. Mindfulness helps you stay grounded in the present moment, preventing you from getting carried away by past regrets or future worries. Simple practices like deep breathing or meditation can help calm your mind and improve emotional balance. Emotions like anger or frustration bring a surge of energy. Instead of letting that energy lead to destructive actions, channel it into something productive. Exercise, problem solving, or creative expression. Emotional control is not something you master overnight. It's a skill that takes time, patience, and consistent effort. It requires small, intentional steps, like pausing before reacting, shifting your perspective, and reflecting on your triggers. Over time, these practices help you become more aware of your emotions and more capable of guiding them. True strength lies not in the absence of emotions, but in the ability to manage them wisely. When you practice emotional control, you gain the power to remain calm amidst chaos, turn setbacks into opportunities, and approach life's challenges with clarity and resilience. It's a quiet but profound strength that shapes how you engage with the world and ultimately how you grow. The next time you feel emotions rising, take a breath, pause, and remember, you have the power to choose your response. That choice is where your strength begins. 2. Taking responsibility. Taking responsibility for your actions is one of the clearest signs of inner strength. It means owning up to your mistakes, learning from them, and making things right. It's not always easy. Admitting when we're wrong requires humility and courage, but it is essential for personal growth and building trust with others. Imagine this. You promised a colleague you'd deliver part of a project by the end of the week, but due to other priorities, you missed the deadline. What do? It might be tempting to make excuses or blame circumstances, but true strength lies in acknowledging the mistake, apologizing sincerely, and taking action to fix the situation. This simple act of accountability demonstrates character, builds trust, and helps strengthen relationships. Taking responsibility doesn't mean striving for perfection or never making mistakes. Mistakes are inevitable because we're human and life is unpredictable. The key is how you respond when things don't go as planned. Do you look for someone or something to blame, or do you reflect on your actions and ask yourself how you can do better next time? Owning your mistakes shows maturity and self-awareness, while avoiding accountability weakens your credibility and limits your growth. The Stoics believe that taking responsibility is a path to freedom. Epictetus, a prominent Stoic philosopher, said, "It is not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." By taking ownership of your reactions, you take control of your life. You stop being a victim of circumstances and instead become the author of your story. Responsibility empowers you to learn from challenges, grow stronger, and shape your future with intention. When you take responsibility, you build trust, not just with others, but also with yourself. You show people that you are reliable, honest, and willing to own your actions. This trust strengthens relationships and creates a foundation for collaboration and mutual respect. Taking responsibility also fosters personal growth. Every mistake holds a lesson, and by reflecting on your missteps, you gain valuable insights that help you improve. It shifts your mindset from fear of failure to a willingness to learn, which is essential for resilience and success. If taking responsibility feels uncomfortable or unfamiliar, start small. Here are some steps to help you build this important skill. When something goes wrong, acknowledge it immediately. For example, if you forget to return a friend's call, don't make excuses. Simply say, "I'm sorry I didn't call you back. That was my oversight." This honesty builds trust and shows respect for the other person. A genuine apology focuses on the impact of your actions, not on justifying them. For instance, instead of saying, "I was busy, so I couldn't finish my part of the project," say, "I'm sorry for missing the deadline. I should have managed my time better, and I'll make it a priority to fix this." When someone points out an area where you can improve, resist the urge to get defensive. Instead, reflect on the feedback and ask yourself what you can learn from it. Growth comes from being open to constructive criticism. Taking responsibility doesn't end with admitting a mistake. It involves taking steps to fix it. Ask yourself, what can I do to make this right? Taking action shows initiative and a commitment to improvement. Responsibility isn't just about owning your mistakes. It's also about acknowledging your successes. When you achieve something through your efforts, take a moment to celebrate and reflect on what you did well. This helps you maintain a balanced perspective. Taking responsibility requires courage, because it means confronting your imperfections and being honest with yourself and others. It's not always easy, but it is incredibly empowering. When you take ownership of your actions, you free yourself from the burden of excuses and blame. You take control of your life and show others that you are someone they can count on. In a world where accountability is often avoided, those who take responsibility stand out as examples of true strength. By owning your actions, learning from your mistakes, and striving to do better, you not only grow as an individual, but also inspire others to do the same. Taking responsibility isn't about being perfect. It's about being honest, resilient, and committed to continuous growth. 3. Facing fear. Fear is a universal human emotion. It whispers doubts in your mind, paints worst-case scenarios, and often convinces you to step back when you should move forward. However, fear isn't something to run from. It's a natural response that, when understood and managed, can guide you toward growth. Strong people don't ignore fear or pretend it doesn't exist. Instead, they face it head-on and use it as an opportunity to grow. Imagine this. You're asked to give a presentation in front of a large group. Immediately, fear sets in. Thoughts like, "What if I mess up?" or "What if they judge me?" fill your mind. It's tempting to avoid the situation entirely, staying in your comfort zone. But when you choose to face the fear, even with trembling hands, you grow stronger. You realize that fear isn't a barrier. It's a signal that you're stepping out of your comfort zone and into an area of potential growth. The Stoic philosopher Marcus Aurelius once said, "If you are distressed by anything external, the pain is not due to the thing itself, but to your estimate of it." This profound insight reminds us that fear often stems from our perception of events, not the events themselves. Most of the things we fear never happen, and when they do, they are rarely as bad as we imagine. Strong people recognize this and reframe fear as an opportunity to stretch their limits. Facing fear doesn't mean you have to be fearless. It means choosing to act despite the fear. Each time you do, you become braver and more resilient. Think of it like a muscle. Each time you challenge yourself, you strengthen your capacity to handle discomfort. Whether it's expressing your opinion in a meeting, trying a new skill, or having a difficult conversation, every small victory builds your confidence. The Stoic Seneca wisely observed, "We suffer more in imagination than in reality." This is why preparation is so important when confronting fear. By preparing for challenges, you reduce uncertainty, which is often the root of fear. For example, if you're afraid of an upcoming exam, study thoroughly and visualize yourself succeeding. Preparation transforms fear into readiness. The first step to overcoming fear is recognizing it. Admit that you're afraid without judgment. This awareness helps you process your emotions and take the next steps. Break the fear into manageable parts. If public speaking terrifies you, start by practicing in front of a friend. Gradual exposure builds confidence over time. Instead of focusing on what could go wrong, consider what you could gain. Reframing fear as an opportunity for growth can help you face it with courage. Fear often triggers a physical response: racing heart, shallow breaths, and tension. Calm your body with slow, deep breaths to regain focus. Fear isn't the enemy, it's a teacher. Each time you confront it, you grow stronger and more capable. Facing fear transforms challenges into opportunities and helps you discover your true potential. On the other side of fear lies growth, resilience, and a stronger version of yourself. 4. Embracing solitude. In today's world, solitude is often misunderstood. Many equate being alone with loneliness, as though spending time by yourself is something to avoid. But solitude and loneliness are not the same. Loneliness is a feeling of isolation, a longing for connection, while solitude is a choice, a deliberate decision to spend time with yourself. Solitude is where clarity, peace, and self-awareness are cultivated. In our busy, connected lives, we are constantly bombarded with notifications, messages, and demands on our time. This constant noise leaves little room to reflect or recharge. Solitude offers a chance to step away from the distractions, reconnect with yourself, and rediscover what truly matters. It allows you to pause and ask, who am I without the noise of the world? Imagine this: you set aside time to be alone. No buzzing phones, no meetings, no interruptions. At first, the silence might feel uncomfortable or even unsettling, but as you sit with it, you start to hear your thoughts more clearly. You reflect on your values, goals, and the things that bring you joy. This is the power of solitude. It holds up a mirror, allowing you to see your true self. The Stoic philosopher Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Nowhere can man find a quieter or more untroubled retreat than in his own soul." Solitude is not about retreating from life, it's about preparing for it. By spending time alone, you strengthen your inner world, equipping yourself to face life's challenges with clarity and resilience. Solitude creates space for reflection. It helps you uncover your passions, values, and priorities without the influence of others. This self-awareness allows you to make choices that align with your authentic self. Being alone teaches you to process your emotions independently, without relying on external distractions. You learn to face your thoughts and feelings head-on. This builds emotional strength and self-reliance. In solitude, you can step back from the chaos of daily life and see things as they truly are. It's a chance to reflect on your goals, evaluate your progress, and prioritize what truly matters. Some of the greatest ideas are born in solitude, without distractions. Your mind has the freedom to explore new possibilities and make connections it might otherwise miss. If solitude feels unfamiliar, start small. Take a short walk without your phone. Spend 10 minutes meditating, or journal about your thoughts and feelings. Gradually, you'll find that these moments of quiet become something you look forward to, a time to recharge and reflect. Solitude is not about isolating yourself from others. It's about reconnecting with yourself so you can show up as your best self in your relationships and responsibilities. When you embrace solitude, you discover that strength doesn't come from outside, it comes from within. In solitude, you find clarity. In clarity, you find strength. Solitude is not something to fear, but something to embrace. It's a reminder that you are enough, just as you are, and that the quiet within you holds the wisdom and strength to navigate life's storms. Take time for yourself. You'll be amazed at the power you find in the stillness. 5. Staying positive in adversity. Adversity is an inevitable part of life. Challenges, setbacks, and hardships come in many forms. But what truly defines a person is how they respond to these difficulties. Staying positive in adversity is not about denying the reality of pain or hardship. It's about choosing to focus on what you can learn, what you can control, and what still brings light into your life. Positivity in tough times doesn't mean pretending everything is perfect. It means shifting your perspective and focusing on the opportunities hidden within the challenges. As Marcus Aurelius, the Stoic philosopher, wisely said, You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. While you can't always control what happens to you, you can always control how you respond. When life feels overwhelming, negativity can quickly spiral out of control. It's easy to dwell on what's going wrong or let fear and frustration take over. However, staying positive shifts your focus to what's still possible. It allows you to reframe adversity as a stepping stone to growth rather than a roadblock. For example, consider someone who has lost a job. The immediate reaction might be fear or hopelessness, but a positive mindset helps them see the situation as an opportunity to reevaluate their career path, learn new skills, or find a role better aligned with their passions. Positivity doesn't erase the difficulty, but it empowers you to see beyond it. One of the most effective ways to stay positive in adversity is by practicing gratitude. Gratitude helps you shift your focus from what's missing to what remains. Even in the darkest moments, there are things to be thankful for. A supportive friend, a lesson learned, or simply the strength to keep going. Gratitude doesn't dismiss your pain. Instead, it coexists with it, reminding you that beauty and struggle can exist side by side. Take a moment each day to reflect on 3 things you're grateful for, no matter how small. This simple practice can help you maintain perspective and find light even in difficult times. Resilience is the ability to bounce back from adversity, and positivity is a key ingredient. Each time you choose to focus on solutions rather than problems, you strengthen your resilience. Challenges become opportunities to grow stronger, wiser, and more capable. The Stoics believe that adversity is an opportunity to build character. Seneca famously said, "A gem cannot be polished without friction, nor a man perfected without trials." Each challenge you face shapes you, refining your inner strength and helping you discover what you're truly capable of. Instead of asking, "Why is this happening to me?" ask, "What can I learn from this?" Let go of what's beyond your control and redirect your energy to what you can influence. Spend time with people who uplift and inspire you. Reflect on the good things in your life, even during difficult times. Staying positive in adversity is a choice, a courageous decision to find hope and light in the midst of darkness. It doesn't mean denying the difficulty, but embracing the opportunity to grow and discover your inner strength. With positivity, you can transform challenges into stepping stones and emerge stronger, wiser, and more resilient. Let adversity polish you, like a gem, into the best version of yourself. 6. Setting boundaries. Setting boundaries is one of the most important acts of self-respect and self-care. In a world that constantly demands your time, energy, and attention, boundaries protect your mental, emotional, and physical well-being. Far from being selfish, boundaries allow you to prioritize what truly matters, maintain balance in your life, and show up as your best self. Many people struggle with setting boundaries because they worry about disappointing others or being perceived as unkind. They often say yes to things out of obligation or fear of conflict, even when they're overwhelmed. But the truth is, saying yes to everything often means saying no to yourself. Boundaries aren't about shutting others out. They're about creating space for what aligns with your values and energy. Imagine a friend who always says yes, even when they're exhausted. Over time, they become resentful and burnt out. Now imagine another friend who kindly but firmly declines commitments that stretch them too thin. This friend has more energy, focus, and time for what truly matters. Which friend do you think others respect more? The ability to set boundaries not only protects your peace, but also strengthens your relationships by fostering mutual respect. The Stoic philosopher Epictetus advised, "Know first who you are, and then adorn yourself accordingly." Setting boundaries is a reflection of self-awareness. When you know your limits and what matters most to you, it becomes easier to draw lines that protect your well-being and guide your decisions. Boundaries help you avoid overcommitting and burning out. When you conserve your energy, You have more to give to the things and people that truly matter. Setting boundaries teaches others how to treat you. When you communicate your limits with kindness and clarity, you build trust and mutual respect. Boundaries align your actions with your values. They allow you to focus on what's meaningful to you, rather than being pulled in every direction by others' demands. When you say yes to things you don't truly want to do, resentment builds over time. Boundaries prevent this by ensuring your time and energy are spent intentionally. Reflect on what drains your energy and what replenishes it. Knowing your limits is the first step to setting boundaries. Be honest and direct when expressing your boundaries. For example, say, "I'm unable to take on more work right now, but thank you for thinking of me." A kind but firm no is a powerful tool. It's okay to decline requests that don't align with your priorities or capacity. Some people may test your boundaries, but stand firm. Protecting your well-being is not negotiable. Setting boundaries is an act of quiet strength. It allows you to protect your peace, prioritize your goals, and nurture your well-being. While it can be challenging at first, each boundary you set affirms your self-worth and shows others how to respect your time and energy. In a world that often demands more than you can give, boundaries are a vital tool for balance and fulfillment. By saying no to what drains you, you create space to say yes to what truly matters. 7. Lifting others up. True strength is not just about overcoming your own challenges, it's about helping others rise alongside you. A genuinely strong person doesn't compete to tear others down. Instead, they collaborate to build others up. Knowing that supporting others doesn't diminish their light, it amplifies it. Lifting others is one of the most profound acts of kindness, and it reflects a deep sense of inner strength and confidence. Think about someone who supported you during a tough time. Maybe it was a teacher who believed in you when you doubted yourself, a mentor who guided you through a difficult decision, or a friend who offered encouragement when you needed it most. Their support likely gave you the strength to persevere. Now, imagine the impact you could have by doing the same for someone else. Marcus Aurelius, the Stoic philosopher, beautifully captured this idea when he said, "What brings no benefit to the hive brings none to the bee." This quote reminds us that we are all interconnected. By lifting others up, we contribute not only to their success, but also to the collective well-being of our communities. A community that thrives together becomes stronger as a whole. Helping others thrive is a sign of true confidence and selflessness. Strong individuals recognize that success is not a zero-sum game. Instead of fearing that someone else's achievements will overshadow their own, they see opportunities for collaboration and shared growth. They understand that when we help others succeed, we create a ripple effect of positivity and progress. Lifting others also fosters stronger relationships. When you genuinely invest in someone else's success, you build trust, respect, and mutual support. These connections can carry you through life's challenges and create a sense of purpose and belonging. Lifting others doesn't have to involve grand gestures. Small, intentional acts of kindness and encouragement can make a significant impact. Here are a few ways to empower those around you. Acknowledge and celebrate other people's successes, no matter how big or small. Genuine recognition can boost their confidence and inspire them to keep striving. Words of encouragement can be incredibly powerful. A simple "I believe in you" or "You're doing great" can uplift someone who might be struggling. Sometimes, the best way to support someone is by listening without judgment. Offering your time and attention can make them feel valued and understood. If you have skills, insights, or experiences that could help someone, share them freely. Mentorship and guidance can help others grow and succeed. Show resilience, kindness, and a collaborative spirit. Your actions can inspire others to adopt the same mindset. Lifting others up is an act of quiet strength and selflessness. It reflects your confidence, empathy, and understanding of our shared humanity. By supporting others, you create a ripple effect of positivity that strengthens relationships and builds thriving communities. True strength lies not in standing alone, but in helping others rise alongside you. When you lift others, you lift yourself, and the world becomes a better place. Lifting others up is an act of quiet strength and selflessness. It reflects your confidence, empathy, and understanding of our shared humanity. By supporting others, you create a ripple effect of positivity that strengthens relationships and builds thriving communities. True strength lies not in standing alone, but in helping others rise alongside you. When you lift others, you lift yourself, and the world becomes a better place. Now, it's your turn. Think about someone in your life who could use encouragement or support. Reach out to them today. Celebrate their achievements. Offer a kind word, or simply listen to what they're going through. Small acts of kindness can have a lasting impact. Share how you've lifted someone up in the comments below, and let's inspire one another to create a stronger, more connected community. Together, we can make a difference.